Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Welcome to week 8 of the NECC. It is round number 2 for today. My name is Grant CFO, and joining me is my good buddy and good pal, the master brain himself for Rocket League, Novanta. What's going on, my man?
Well, already we had a fantastic clash in our last series, and the ball keeps rolling. I'm so glad you're rocking with me for one more series on NECC Esports.
It is good to be here, Novanta. I'm glad you came, and I'm glad we've gotten paired up because it has been a hot second, and I wouldn't share this booth with anybody else but you, Novanta, so it's great to be here. Well, listen, we have got Alabama Black taking on Juniata College this week around. Now, Alabama, they've got a 4-1 record as it stands right now. Or actually, excuse me, they have a 5-1 record. Juniata coming off of a weak start to their season, or just a really rough season in general. They are 2-5 in this season. It is not looking too hot for them, but they're not out of the hunt yet. They still have a chance. The amount of things that would have to go right for them, though, is very low in odds. They would have to have West Point and Northern Kentucky lose their games for this week and next week, and they would also have to win both of their series this week and next week. And that all starts here as whether or not they can make it.
Definitely two teams in two different directions, and well, it's really easy to write off Juniata College off right now, but you said it yourself, there is still a sliver of chance. No matter how small or how slight that is, you got to give 145 billion thousand %, and that has to happen tonight, because every time you have a chance of winning, you got to go for it.
You gotta go big or go home, as the old saying does say, Novanta. Man, I can't wait for this one to start. Alabama, just their teams, they're always such a wonder to lay eyes on and just gaze at just how good they are all across the board. Sister team or not, Alabama has been on a tear. They are a quick team when they get warmed up. Now, I personally haven't seen the Alabama Black squad, but I am excited to see how that goes down. Being under that umbrella, I guess you could say, you've probably got some direction coming from that higher up team, giving you some advice, giving you that coaching to get you sparkling for the game day.
Yeah, no doubt in my mind, the Alabama organization is definitely one to watch here. It may not be in the conversation of top-tier esports programs, but that's only a matter of time. The way both squads seem to be in sync, have that synergy, and let's hope it translates for them on the pitch. It's going well for them so far, but that does not mean that Juniata should be to say, call it a lose and call it a loss and walk away. There's something I like about NECC esports is that every given week, every given game, there's a chance for an upset. There's a chance to rock the boat, upset the apple cart, and that's what Juniata has to do here today.
It is all they have to do here today. They can only control what they can control. They can't control the odds of what happens. They just play the best as they can. Like you were saying, given that what was the large number again? 5 bajillion billion million? I don't know what you said, Novanta, but you gotta give it a lot of percent. Your full potential must go into this. Your heart, your body, well, not your body, your car, your soul needs to go into this game, as we've got it coming up for you here in just a moment.
I'll give you my thumbs, blistered as they are, to the sport of Rocket League. Let's go. Best of 5 series starts now.
All right, fresh clock of Rocket League. Oh boy, here we go. It's Josh who just gets the beat. The slow kickoff, though, might have outsmarted the defense here. Juniata College is holding it down well. So is Alabama. Back to the Alabama net, though. Josh, backwards touch. Luckily, it didn't go in. Hit the crossbar, rolled out for Red along the other side. Pinch across. It will go back to the corner for Josh to push it back in. Blade throws it over, but it's intercepted and scored by Truthfully Cool.
Okay, this is going to be confusing all game, right? So Red is on the pitch for Alabama Black, and they're the blue now. But Truthfully Cool does a shot there to make blue 1-0.
I noticed as you were saying it that we had a rule 1. We didn't even see it. The replay is what let me know about that one. But respect given, you lose a defender, you lose a shot, but Red not missing a beat.
Yeah, Red was pretty much unmarked on the entire right side of the pitch. I'm not sure why that was. I guess a man-to-man defense with a ride there for Juniata, but Alabama makes quick work of that. 2-0.
Yeah, like you said, it is going to be confusing seeing Red on Alabama Black. It's weird to see. Apparently, there's also some controller issues going on for the side of Juniata. Hopefully, it's not a problem for too long, and it better not be a problem for too long, because Truthfully Cool is still going.
I like the fact that Goal Explosion matches the whip there, but what a shot from Truthfully Cool, taking it, going undersized. That count as a turtle goal? Who knows? 3-0.
Oh, and now a 4th player has joined in on split screen. I don't think I've ever seen this in the history of an esports broadcast. They're gone now, but we saw it there in the bar. We saw it in the chat. I don't know if it showed up on stream, but funny and certainly interesting to say the least. 3-0 is your scoreline. Alabama Black in the lead. Only 45 seconds have gone by. Make it 50, and Josh gets the 4th already.
Yeah, these are the kind of goals that just kind of apply that the team took a long time to get warmed up, and they're on top form right there. And a lot of times you'll see teams do that shot wide if they're not used to their opponent, but it looks like Alabama is completely in sync.
Game one is always that kind of feeling out process. You get a feel for the team. Oh no, I mentioned controller issues shouldn't be a problem, and we can only hope that they're not a problem, but it seems to really be biting them here. Zishu's gonna have to get their hands on a new controller or something.
Well, it's one of those situations where either way, you don't want to concede so many goals so soon. 5 goals in such a minute's time says a lot about your defenses. Doesn't mean Juniata's out here yet, but even with controller issues aside, it's now more than ever important you try to get more aggressive to break up short shooting lanes. Excuse me.
Oh, and you see it bite them again here. This is a very, very rough start for Juniata. Zishu just feels powerless as Josh puts a zooming ball on target for 6 goals. Man, I don't even know what's going through. Maybe Zishu has to learn Rocket League again. Maybe they're playing keyboard and mouse right now. I have no idea, but whatever it is, I hope they can eventually get it under control for this series.
So here's the psychological aspect of that. If you're down by so many goals, it's very easy to say all is lost, doom and gloom. But you have to think of small victories to climb yourself out of that mental pit there. Get 1 goal on the board. Make sure you can have 1 breakup play, 1 steal. That's all it starts with. If you have a spark to an ember to a flame, you can get yourself clawing back to this game. This game may be lost, but it's still a 5-game series set.
Well, amen to that, Novanta. However, Alabama is still going unrelenting and just no mercy for days. An incredible shot to bounce off the ceiling and find the back of the net just like that. We're on the verge of a Brazil, and we haven't even come close to halftime.
Yeah, we're away from a halftime, and so it comes down to what does Juniata have to do? Well, I wonder if there's any kind of control in the air. It looks like everyone's playing a ground-based game. I'm not sure if that's a specific strategy or that's based on a top shelf of the ability of it all. But when you have balls that are rolling in on goal like that, you have to clear them away. I don't care if it's small. I don't care if it's a quick dodge. You can't let balls walk past you quite like that.
Better start smashing the space bar when your controller gives out like that. I think that's the only way to bail yourself out of a situation as such. 8-0 for Alabama, but we started that conversation about what do they need to do. Aside from controller issues, you gotta put a lot of faith into Blade and Unknown Root, who will have to take a majority of this work as Zishu has almost become, I don't want to say useless because that's a very derogatory term, but when your controller's going out, let's say that Z's controller is useless right now. It's not the player or the person that's useless. It is the controller, and is a major issue to the rotations, especially in a threes game.
Absolutely, and this is why when you have a team-based environment, a lot of players still do 1v1s and 2v2s for training for situations like that. For rule ones, and well, Unknown Root makes sure it's not going to be a shutout here with a shot, all the side roll, and take it to the house.
Hey, you catch 2 attackers off guard like that, and you throw up those 1v1 skills. Unknown Root is going to do it to you. Truthfully, Cool in the net, gets sauced up. It's 8-1. The first goal for Juniata College this time. We're now finally hitting halftime. Alabama on the verge of a 9th goal. Truthfully, Cool doesn't quite get there. To clear out to the side for now. Josh looks to turn on it, gets dunked by Unknown Root. Zishu in the back, Blade up front. Now Zishu has got their bearings together. They'll look to clear this one long. They do get it out to midfield. Red with a shot blocked by Unknown. Now it's a runaway opportunity. Alabama caught off guard. These counterattacks are going to be huge for the success of Juniata College if they can just get it under their belt, get this experience going as they've had it the last time. Bumps in the field of Juniata. It's dangerous on the goal line, but Josh fires it into Red, and it's easily blocked out by a stationary attacker.
So a little while ago, you had asked me, what does these teams have to do? What does Juniata have to do to become a threat? They're not going to control the sky. If you can't do that, you give the higher ground to your opponent. You have to be a faster squad on the ground, almost rotate so quickly you have a 3rd or 4th virtual partner on your side to make those goals happen. Look, 2-8 seems like it's a drop in the bucket, but that says a lot that you're willing to score goals even being down by so much.
Right, and I mean, you can even take own goals as a token to take with you. 8-2, that second goal comes off of an own goal courtesy of Alabama. and they have to take those. Minute 30 to go. Red with a pinch off the sidewall goes out to the midfield. Blade with a decent clear here. Unfortunately, Truthfully Cool gonna meet it. Unknown jumping in front. Zishu starting to gather themselves again. Looks like they can finally play, but they will lay low and let their teammates try to do a lot of the work here. Majority goes in favor of them. Truthfully Cool with a clear. Blade back in for it. Up to the sidewall, on the back wall, out to midfield. Josh with another clear. Zishu doesn't make contact. Unknown left alone. Now they get a clear, stopping it. Blade comes in for the save. Zishu has to rotate fully here. It's dangerous, but luckily it doesn't drop in front of the net. This pressure from Alabama is still building, and they just don't let go. They're looking for pass connections. Now they're warming up, thinking about next game as they score this 9th goal.
Well, the one thing to take from a positive for Juniata is that you basically held Alabama scoreless for about a minute and a half, and you scored 2 goals against them. So you do have a path to getting goals on the board. You do have a path to maybe getting out ahead. This game is all but lost, but you still have 2 other chances later on, at least 2 other chances.
Right, at least 2 other chances. That's the important thing about a series, is that you're never down and out for the count until the ball hits the ground, until the series is over. And as I found out last week, I was a substitute for my college, and we reverse swept. I'd never even played with them. Sometimes you don't need chemistry, and sometimes Unknown Root just doesn't need a team, takes it all by themselves.
Hey, you know what? This 3rd goal makes it kind of respectable. I felt like a lot of people were about to write off Juniata, but they have found ways to get goals happen despite their limitations on the side flanks, despite the limitations in the air. That's just a lot for their program.
It does. It says a lot about their hearts and everything that they've brought to the table here. They're giving everything that they've got left despite the difficulties and circumstances that they have experienced. 15 seconds on the clock, though. Maybe they can get one more for the road. Zishu positions out to the midfield. Blade off the back walls. Josh gets the clear, and Unknown has one more, pops it up high. Doesn't opt for the midfield pass, just tries to take it themselves to set up a second time. Not gonna prove effective. They try to carry it out. Blade gets a touch on it. It will stay up, but I'm not liking how often they clear to that sidewall rather than midfield or the backboard. They need to get that under control, and they also need to not let this shot in. Thank goodness it hit the floor, and Alabama's momentum will not be able to continue for game 1.
Well, the result wasn't much of a doubt at all, but I got to give a little bit of props here for 2 players here. Truthfully Cool with 4 goals and 5 shots. The accuracy is up. But at the same time, Unknown Root getting 2 where it needed the most to have Juniata have a respectable scoreline. And while I want to see more individual efforts on both sides, it now comes down to Juniata. You have proven that Alabama can be the stronger team in parts, but can you pull one back? Can you steal 1 or 2 in the series? Only time will tell.
Exactly. Only time will tell. We can only wait to see what happens here on NECC. Alabama really took it to them. Very good job. And I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of the no mercy thing, but when they start pulling off some sick passing play connections, looking forward to next game, trying out new strategies, that's just taking advantage of the resources and time available in front of you. So I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Alabama. But if we can get this 3rd man in for Juniata College, then I reckon we're going to see a showdown. Maybe even Juniata comes out on top, because Unknown, you feed the ball to them. They've got the 1 skills. They've also got the mechanical skills to put shots on target and get those goal conversions that we all love so much.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate in the case of Zishu and the controller issues. And I know we play on here at NECC Esports, and you're wondering what would be the difference of the score line had Juniata been at full strength. But as we get set up for game 2, I do think there's an opportunity for Zishu to connect his controller to see how he or she will be able to contribute to this team and what that means for a squad. Again, Juniata has all of the challenges ahead of them today with a very strong and formidable Alabama black team. And, well, Alabama has to show the world that there's no such thing as a fluke win. You got to win emphatically. You got to win decisively. You got to win handedly to make sure other teams in your conference are shaking in their boots when it's all said and done.
And you gotta win with some credibility. Yes, they've got their record, but if they pull off an easy win, teams are gonna look at them and be like, psh, okay, whatever. They'll brush them off. In Alabama, they'll give the other teams the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, we can go into this Alabama match and think that, hey, we've got this, we're the better team here. And then that already clicks as a mental thing, and it puts them over an Alabama squad. So Alabama, they need to get a convincing victory here. Yes, they had the offense, but Juniata was down a player. It looks like things have restored to order now. We get to see some full 3v3 rotations, but a big fault on the goal line is just blocked out. The shot was not quite on target. Red with a 50 back into it. Red gets a flick. No, just a little bit less than they were expecting on it. Truthfully, Cool not able to make contact. Josh pushes it out for Alabama. Big demo for Bama. Maybe that's why they call him Alabama. Getting the booms, getting the bams, getting the bops, and maybe a goal. Right here's Josh. Puts it off the backboard, and Zishu gets the clear.
Well, 30 seconds gone and not one goal has been scored. Definitely already a different story being told here between these two squads. And I don't want to say one is better than the other, but the fact that both teams have been competitive says a lot about how the first game really put Juniata on edge.
And sometimes, you know, I've done a little bit in the pro scene, and I know you have as well, Novanto. When we get to those grand finals, there's a game advantage. So this could be, you know, practical experience for another kind of tournament format, just having already starting down a goal or a game in a series. It just doesn't feel like they played a first game, so they can take this as a reset and show Alabama and the rest of the world and NECC universe what is up for Juniata College. Still scoreless. They've held off Bama for almost a minute and a half.
Well, now's the time that you show the world that you have enough defense to stop a scoring onslaught, so get some on your own. And, you know, you can't win if you don't score. So I wonder what their scoring attack strategy is going to look like now they have full strength. Is Zishu going to be the one to put things behind the net? Will it be Blade? Will it be Unknown Root? I mean, the hero of the last game for them. And now comes time to feel like which one is going to be the most effective strategy for them.
Hopefully they can take a route to the net coming up here. Alabama getting out of their own half, pass across, makes the connection with Josh. It's just backwards. Unknown could push in for it. They run into a defending car. Zishu up to the backboard. This is a difficult clear. Luckily, no one was pushing in on it. Blade bail out anyway. Unknown route back to Zishu. Josh with the 50. Truthfully, Cool fields it back. Now they send it out. Josh opens up this side of the field. Blade pops it up high, though, stalling the ball in the air for Juniata to do some more work. Unknown gets a connection down from Zishu, who will take it back on a rotate out. Doesn't get the catch. Allows Josh from Alabama to keep on going. Blade, not the best touch. This could be a little bit dangerous. Unknown route handles it so well. I'm loving the defense. We've yet to see a convincing opportunity just yet. In Alabama, Black, they get it out. Oh no, it's dangerous. The Blade demo misses. That could have been an opening.
That would have been an open, the best chance I've seen so far. But you know what? I got to give him credit where credit's due. You look at Red just being able to be a disruptor all over and get a shot on goal to boot. Oh my goodness. I was going to say being able to stop the offensive attack of his opponent, but getting one on their own, why not? Go ahead, Red, Alabama, Black, blue side. Woo!
Speak of the devil, and look at that shot placement. Upper 90. Mwah, chef's kiss. You love to see stuff like that. Placed it behind the back two defenders as well, which was just phenomenal placement. Something we've been getting on the case of a lot here. At least I have. I'll speak for myself over here. Red looking to do it again to him. Blade luckily doesn't have to defend the shot, as the woodwork will do it for them. Truthfully, Cool up to the ceiling. Josh down low, doesn't get the backboard read. Zishu's got space and time. Instead, it's Red coming in quick, coming in hot. That's what we need to see Alabama do, is keep on this pressure, keep up the speed that they had in the last game. You score 9 goals, you put up that many, and now you're only up 1. If you get faster, you can bring the intimidation factor to Juniata College, who are already rocking in their boots from being down 1 game.
It's kind of hard to say, but even though they're up by 1, it is kind of a defeat in some ways for Alabama, having so close to. Maybe I spoke too soon. I was going to say, it's up to you in the game, too, to really keep the scoring flowing and going, because you really want to break the spirit of your opponents. And so that second goal is what I was talking about. You got to go back to that first game offensive onslaught to put your opponents on the back heel.
It is a huge factor in 3v3 gameplay, is being able to beat out your opponents. It doesn't matter as much in 2v2. Yes, you want to be quick, but you don't want to overcommit. 3s, you can kind of sacrifice a player or 2, and truthfully, Cool takes it all by themselves here off the pass from Josh.
This one here is a little bit of an easy pickings. There was an unfortunate clear went the wrong way, but truthfully, Cool had all the time in the world, and well, you don't miss those at all.
No. Not at all. You take everything that you can get, and especially those open nets. We don't want to be seeing any Athena flicks around here. You want to take it to the opening. Now Blade down low, sends it out to unknown route. Josh up high, gets an air dribble carry. Zishu just blocks it. Didn't know they had a teammate behind them though. Red leaves it alone, lets Blade waste their boost and their positioning. Unknown route to the back wall, truthfully cool back out. Zishu with a clear unknown route. Clearing up house in the backfield. Truthfully cool with a 50. Zishu still stays in it. Josh up high. Unknown route takes over. They look for the flick. Just gets the pass for Blade, and Red gets the long clear. Zishu all alone. Red with the pass. Pops it up in front of Truthfully cool. One fake out. Blade wasn't faked out at all though. Josh the sidewall. Unknown route down low. 3-0 Alabama with 20 seconds remaining. It's looking like the end of game 2 for Juniata College.
The best possible sequel we could have asked for. A more competitive game, better individual efforts, and better team plays. And both teams have something to be proud of, but you're right, Alabama's now at series point.
It's kind of like a superhero movie, especially those sequels, you know. Somehow a superhero always wins. It's always a happy ending, but just not necessarily in this scenario. Juniata, they're not a bad guy, they're not a villain, they're not a heel. They are all equal here, just not in the series. Juniata falls again to Alabama, but like you said, it was a lot closer. Just somehow, as always, Alabama comes back out on top.
Well, you and I have said this a bunch of times in the booth that defense wins games, but you can't win if you don't score. Look at the shot tally. We have, what, 9 shots to 3, and all 3 shots from Juniata coming from Blade, which is great for an individual effort, but other players in the team have to get involved in that top third.
Right, and I want to see more of Zishu as well. They've been so used to that passive playstyle. They don't have faith in their controller. They don't think that this thing is going to work when they plug it in. They play a very defensive game, and it's the point that we're bringing up right now. They stick around in the net, and there's not a lot of offensive pressure. Yes, they get involved, but I see them just camping out a little too often. They need to have confidence in their controllers, their fingertips, and they got to get going. I want to see more participation. It's a team effort. It's not just individual here. We're not letting Blade or Unknown Root carry us. We got to see all 3 members of Juniata.
Yep, we're headed to Salty Shores now. We've got to figure out which squad is going to be salty when it's all said and done. Alabama's looking at series point. They have almost every opportunity to close this out in 3 games, but Juniata has one last chance to make it a fight.
And they need this. They need a reverse sweep to take home this series. Like we mentioned at the beginning, they need to start out, if they want to qualify for playoffs, by winning this series and next week's series. If they lose here, they are eliminated from playoffs, and that is the last place they want to be. They signed up here to win, to compete, to show the world what they are made of, and that's exactly what they hope and plan on doing here. Game 3, Salty Shores. Zishu takes it up high. Josh misses for Alabama. Red down low, pushes it back in from the blue side. Truthfully Cool's 50 is successful. Unknown Root's got a huge banger though. 2 taken out for the attacking team. Josh stops it. Root with another clear. It just needed to be a bit more quicker. We got to see those touches, those power shots generate so much more power for Juniata. If they want to build their momentum and that pressure, it's got to be quick. It's got to be fast.
Yeah, quick and fast will win the day here because both teams are being more aggressive, and that's all great, but it has to be the one that can split the defense. And, well, if everyone's bunching up in front of the net, it comes down to how quick you can do a strike before your defense knows it's there, and whatever will be the faster team will have the advantage.
Let's see who can be that quicker team. It's looking to be Alabama after Josh's shot goes in. Red gets beat out by Blade. I may have spoken too soon. This one's off the backboard. Miss on the backboard. Zishu with a shot. No, it's blocked by Truthfully Cool. Blade puts it up high, beats out 1, has 2 more remaining. Red gets 50, now 1 more, or we can see some quickness from Root. No, Josh was just able to beat him out there. Zishu to the midfield. Oh no, intercepted by Alabama. Luckily, it is off to the right side, off the post and out. Blade has a touch here. Zishu playing really close, getting a little sketchy. The pinch from Alabama continues the play. Root to the sidewall, runs back to where it came from. A little bit of return to sender and maybe a return to the net, but Root gets the save again.
Well, the saves have been coming thick and fast, and that's great. But I wonder what happens as soon as that ball gets cleared. It almost feels like it's just being a pass back to your opponent and saying, try it again, Alabama, you have a shot. If you're looking at Juniata, they have to find someone in the mid-pitch they can pass it to start their own offensive assault, because if they don't do that now, they're going to be looking at elimination from the playoff contention.
And this is a fun series to watch, just regardless. I've been thinking about it, regardless of what we've been seeing. Just 0-0, keeping it close. This could end up being just a one-goal game. Maybe here's the first one we've seen, but it's blocked from Juniata. Unknown route misses. A demo, I thought they missed entirely, but luckily Josh was there for the cleanup.
We just saw a 9-3 game in game one, but that goal was more heartbreaking. So close to clearing it off the line at halftime, and that was one conceded. And once again, Alabama is up ahead 1-0.
Geez, I thought they just completely whiffed that opportunity there, but they had a teammate to back them up. That was indeed the one drive it took for that one goal lead that Alabama now possesses. Red up to the back wall. Josh across off the pinch blade, putting it back in. Unknown Root's already up for it. Gets the touch, looks for the double, doesn't find it. Big bump though on the defense. This could ruin Alabama's mojo, but it's just back out. 1-0 still remaining. Juniata so close to another goal.
So close to the goal. Again, it's only one goal separating both teams. Even though it feels that one team, Alabama, is in control, all it takes is one fluke to get yourself level. The last thing you want to do if you're Juniata is concede that second goal, because we've seen once Alabama gets one on the board, they are just hard to stop.
Oh yeah, they are, but here's one thing that Juniata can take advantage of are these counterattacking opportunities that they need to get. It all starts with a clear just like this. Red gets 50'd out. Now the pressure starts. They need to make everybody useful. Alabama, they are starting to double commit. Juniata are putting on the speed and putting on the pressure. They just need to not leave so soon in the play and continue their good 50s to go on offense and get that goal. They need to tie or block out a shot like that. Unknown Root picks up their second save on the verge of a savior medal.
Oh, so many saves are happening. I can tell Alabama's feeling a bit desperate. They too are not comfortable with a 1-0 scoreline lead. And so, but at the same time, it's every opportunity now for Juniata to capitalize on that frantic formation Alabama's throwing up right now.
Unknown Root in the back gets beat out by Josh. Blade sends it across. Josh is already just, I just thought I saw them on the right side. They're back to the left side just like that. I feel like they're everywhere. They are so quick, and that's just how Alabama loves to roll. The roll tide, if you will. Unknown Root up, back out. No, this is a dangerous place to be. Alabama with demos for days. 2-0, and they're looking to close the series.
I heard that carefully placed roll tide. You know what? That was deserved there. They got double, about 30 seconds to go here. That might be the nail in the coffin, the dagger, if you will.
I think it could be both of those things, not only because they're synonymous, but because it is 2-0, 30 seconds. That means a goal per 15 for Juniata. Maybe they start it here, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but they miss here. Zishu, their pass is just behind, and Blade sends it back home when they needed to push it forward. Just a bit of panic, accuracy on passes, lacking just a little bit more. 15 seconds, it's now or never. Juniata still suffer this attack from Alabama. Same drive, same possession. Now the push in progression off to the corner. Zishu down low. Red with a shot opportunity. It's gone. 0 seconds. Alabama 3-0. What a series.
Yeah, it was a series indeed, and it definitely felt like Juniata was getting better at it as it went on, but you know what? It's not about a practice series. This is where it counts. We're in the throes. You should be your mid-season or postseason form, and it just wasn't enough today. Stronger side won in Alabama. Alabama back. GG's, they win another one in 3 straight games.
Just like that as well. Alabama played a really nice series. We had some controller issues for Juniata in the beginning that were unable to be resolved till game 2. So maybe we give them one. If we gave them one more chance, we won't be doing that on stream. But if they had one, I think this could have been a much closer series. I think Juniata would have been able to take a game 3 if things played out how they were supposed to, and that's normally. Unfortunately, though, these things happen. Juniata are eliminated. They will not be making playoffs here on the NECC, so tough luck. Not the way they expected to go out, but there's always next time. I think we've actually got a pretty young roster. I'll do my double-checking duties on that one. Yeah, 2 freshmen and a sophomore. There's still next season for them.
Absolutely. A lot of time to get better and even maybe acquire some talent in the offseason to make sure you have a mix of veteran experience and that youthful energy. And that could be the difference in next year's campaign.
Well, we can only hope to see it next year. However, that concludes this second match here on the NECC. We've still got more. Novanta, I know you're leaving me, but we've still got more action that needs covering tonight. Thank you, sir, for letting me cast with you. It's always a pleasure, and we will see you guys in the next series.
Likewise.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.